Moonshiners star Jeff Waldroup confirmed that his son, Lance, has passed away. The world of reality television, with its larger-than-life personalities and compelling storylines, often brings us closer to its stars in ways that make us feel like we know them. For many, Moonshiners has been one such show, offering a raw and unfiltered look at the lives of people who live off the grid and continue traditions passed down through generations. One of the most beloved cast members, Jeff Waldroup, was a fan favorite known for his no-nonsense attitude, work ethic, and close-knit family values. However, in a heartbreaking announcement that has left fans in shock and mourning, Jeff Waldroup confirmed the tragic passing of his son, Lance Waldroup. The young man, who had become known to fans through his appearances on the show, was a key part of Jeff's life, and his loss has resonated deeply within the Moonshiners community and beyond. The heartbreaking news of Lance's death first surfaced in early 2025, sending waves of sadness across social media and the Moonshiners fan base. While initially, there was little information about the circumstances surrounding the tragedy, Jeff Waldroup later confirmed the loss in a post on his official social media accounts. With a message filled with deep sorrow, Jeff shared that Lance had passed away, and his family was grieving in private. The confirmation of Lance's death was a gut-wrenching moment, not just for Jeff and his family, but for those who had grown to care for the Waldroups through the years of watching their lives unfold on television. As Jeff shared the heartbreaking news, he expressed his deep sense of loss, noting that Lance was not only his son, but his best friend and an integral part of his life. The bond between father and son, often showcased on the show, was one that many fans had come to admire. They saw Lance grow up alongside his father, learning the ins and outs of the moonshine business and developing a unique bond that was evident on screen. To see that connection severed so suddenly felt deeply personal to many viewers who had followed their journey. Lance Waldroup's role on Moonshiners. Lance Waldroup wasn't just another face in the background. He was a vital part of the Moonshiners story. Born and raised in the Appalachian Mountains, Lance was a familiar presence on the show, often working side by side with his father to create the moonshine that made their business so successful. Viewers watched as he honed his skills, learning the trade from Jeff, who had been involved in moonshining for decades. Throughout the series, Lance's presence was often highlighted in tandem with his father's, and together they shared moments of triumph, struggle, and camaraderie. Whether it was dealing with the law, managing their operations, or simply navigating life in the remote areas where they lived, Lance's quiet, humble demeanor stood in stark contrast to some of the more boisterous characters on the show. It made him relatable to fans who could see his sincerity and hardworking nature. It was clear to everyone that Jeff and Lance had a very special relationship. There was a father-son dynamic at play, but it also felt like a partnership forged through years of mutual respect and shared history. Their interactions on screen were often warm, filled with moments of laughter and even moments of vulnerability. Lance's involvement in the family business gave fans an inside look into the challenges and rewards of life in the moonshining world. A family of resilience. The Waldroup family's resilience was evident in every episode. Jeff and his wife, as well as their children, carried a sense of pride about their heritage and their way of life. Their work in the mountains wasn't just a business venture, it was a tradition passed down through generations. For Jeff, moonshining wasn't just about making alcohol. It was about preserving a lifestyle, a culture, and a set of values. Lance was a key figure in that mission, and fans watched as he grew into a strong, dependable young man who carried the torch for his family. The news of Lance's passing hits particularly hard for those who saw him as the next generation of the Waldroup legacy. It's difficult to imagine the show without him, as his presence was woven so intricately into the fabric of the series. His sudden absence has left an undeniable void for both the Waldroup family and the fans who cheered them on through the ups and downs of their moonshining adventures. The aftermath of Lost Isle, the circumstances surrounding Lance's passing remain private. The impact of his death on the Waldroup family is immeasurable. Losing a child is a tragedy that no parent should have to endure, and Jeff has been understandably devastated. His social media posts in the aftermath of Lance's death have been heartfelt and filled with gratitude for the support of their fans. In one of his more poignant messages, Jeff thanked everyone who had reached. He shared that the outpouring of love from fans, friends, and fellow cast members had been a source of comfort during such an incredibly difficult time. However, even with the kindness and support from those around him, the pain of losing Lance was something that would take time to heal. For those who had become fans of Jeff, Lance, and the rest of the Waldroup family, this loss is felt deeply. It's a reminder that while the world of reality television might make it seem like the stars are larger-than-life figures, they are human beings with the same heartbreaks and struggles as anyone else. Remembering Lance, Waldroup as the Moonshiners community reflects on the tragic loss of Lance. Many fans have taken to social media to share their condolences and fond memories of him. For many, Lance was a symbol of hard work, humility, and dedication. He was the quiet strength behind the Waldroup family's moonshine operation, and his loss is a blow to those who looked up to him. The memories of Lance on Moonshiners will forever be etched in the minds of fans. Whether it was his determination to learn the craft or his quiet support for his father, his role in the show was pivotal. He represented the next chapter in a family tradition, and his untimely passing has made those moments even more poignant in hindsight. Fans have been sharing photos, clips, and stories of their favorite Lance moments from the show. These tributes have served as a collective expression of love and admiration for a young man who had so much promise and a bright future ahead of him. While his time on the show may have been brief, Lance's impact on those who watched him grow up on television will not be forgotten. Looking to the future of Moonshiners without Lance Waldroup is uncertain. While the show has seen several cast changes over the years, Lance's absence marks the end of an era for the Waldroup family and the show itself. The Waldroup family has always been a central part of the show, and Lance's loss will undoubtedly affect the direction of the series moving forward. As fans await more details about how the show will proceed, it's clear that the legacy of Lance Waldroup will live on. His memory will continue to inspire those who watched him grow into a hard-working young man and an integral part of the Waldroup family's moonshining legacy. A final thought in the wake of Lance's tragic passing: it's important to remember the humanity behind the stars we watch on television. Behind the moonshine stills and dramatic moments of Moonshiners, there is a family who has suffered an unimaginable loss. Jeff Waldroup, a man who once showed us the power of resilience and strength, is now leaning on his family, friends, and fans to help him through this heartbreaking time. As we continue to honor Lance's memory, let's hold close the lessons he embodied: the importance of family, hard work, and staying true to one's roots. While his time on this earth was far too short, the impact of his life will continue to resonate with all those who knew him, both in person and through the screen. Lance Waldroup may be gone, but his legacy and the love he shared with his father and his fans will never be forgotten. Moonshiners star Jeff Waldroup confirmed that his son Lance has passed away in a somber and heartbreaking revelation. Jeff Waldroup, one of the beloved stars of the Discovery Channel's hit series Moonshiners, confirmed that his son, Lance Waldroup, has tragically passed away. The loss has sent shockwaves through the Moonshiners community, as Lance was a frequent presence on the show, often featured alongside his father in the rugged Appalachian Mountains, where they brewed moonshine the old-fashioned way. Jeff Waldroup, a prominent figure on Moonshiners, was known for his skills in the distilling craft and for his charismatic yet down-to-earth demeanor. Along with his father, Jim, and other cast members, Jeff and his son Lance represented the rugged, tradition-bound world of moonshining, an illegal yet storied part of Appalachian history. The Waldroup family's legacy was rooted in a long line of moonshiners who'd honed their craft through generations. The Waldroup story on Moonshiners was much more than just about making moonshine. It was about family, tradition, and a way of life passed down through the ages. Lance Waldroup, though young, was integral to his family's moonshining operation. His presence on the show was marked by a sense of purpose and pride as he worked alongside his father in the distillation process, carrying on the family traditions with a modern touch. Fans of the show admired the dynamic between Jeff and Lance, as the father-son bond was visible on screen, and their moments together resonated deeply with viewers. Lance's quick wit and hard-working attitude made him an instant fan favorite, and his untimely passing leaves a huge void not only in his family's lives, but also in the hearts of Moonshiners fans around.